YouTube! How's it going? Gabriel from Unlimited Action here, back with a video, and it has been a very, very long time since my last video, and we are back here with UANBA. We're here back on the NBA Pick'em, looking at the playoffs for this year. This could get very exciting this year. We got a lot of toss-ups. A lot of things could go down, but we're going to dive right into it. We're not going to waste much time. And we're going to start with the West play-in. So we got the 9-seeded Kings versus 10-seeded Mavericks. This game could go either way. This one's hard to predict because both teams have been very inconsistent. The Kings, of course, with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. While the two of them could each give you 30 a night, the two of them could also give you each 11 a night. And you can't really have that in a game with that level of importance. Of course, I mean, the Kings, ever since they traded De'Aaron Fox, they've been kind of, not very good. They went under 500 after the trade deadline. Zach LaVine is good. DeMar DeRozan is good. Domantas Sabonis is good. They have talent on their team. Malik Monk, their rookie Devin Carter, Keon, they're all good. But the Mavericks also have some talent. Of course, they've been a very injury-prone team this year, losing Kyrie, trading Luka, which is still absolutely crazy. AD has been injured a lot. Clay has gotten injured. Just their whole roster has just been tanked. Jaden Hardy, all the guys have been injured. But this game could go either way, honestly. I mean, if DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine combine for 50-something points, they could win the game. If Anthony Davis gets a triple-double or does something crazy, they could win. Klay Thompson, of course, a lot of playoff experience with Klay Thompson. If he shows up to play, they could win. I'll take the Kings. I mean, I'm a big fan of DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. I always have been. Of course, being a Bulls fan, they were on the team. DeMar DeRozan is my favorite player in the league. I'll take the Kings. You'll see as we keep going here that who wins that game doesn't really matter. But I'll take Kings. Could be a close game. I'm going to assume Anthony Davis doesn't play super great. I'll say the Kings get the dub. Now the 7-seed Warriors versus the 8-seed Grizzlies. I think the Warriors are going to win. I don't think that one will be super close. I mean, the Grizzlies could win, but I'll take Warriors. I think the Warriors are going to do it. I think Jimmy Butler is going to, his clutch gene in the playoffs is going to come out. And Curry has been playing out of his mind. Podziemski's been playing pretty good. Draymond's been playing pretty good. All the guys have been playing pretty good. Kuminga's been playing good. So I think Warriors are going to win that game, take the 7 seed, and then Grizzlies versus Kings. Here's where I said earlier that who wins Kings versus Mavericks doesn't really matter because either way I have Grizzlies winning that game. Grizzlies taking the 8 seed. So with that in mind, 1-seeded Thunder, 8-seeded Grizzlies. Thunder on a roll. Shea is great. His stats have been amazing. He's putting up MVP numbers. Free throw line success. He's been really good there. The Thunder as a whole, they have great young talent. J-Dub, Chet, all those guys. Competent defense will really help them here. Of course, with J-Dub, some of those more defensive-oriented guys on the team, Lou Dort, they could all show up to play, get some big stops, make big plays. Grizzlies are a good team. They got Ja, of course, Jaren Jackson Jr., who's a former Defensive Player of the Year. They got some good talent there, Desmond Bane. But at the end of the day, the Thunder have just been doing too good. I got Thunder in 4 or 5. I think Grizzlies definitely could take a game. Ja Morant could play really good. But I'll take Thunder in 4. Nuggets, Clippers, 4-seed Nuggets, of course, 5-seed Clippers. Clippers got the 5 seed from beating the Warriors the other night in overtime thriller. James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, they played really good in that game, especially James Harden. But with a healthy Kawhi out on the court, James Harden playing out of his mind, Derrick Jones Jr. there to catch every lob known to man, Ivica Zubac been playing all right. I mean, that team is very promising. And the Nuggets, they just fired their head coach, Mike Malone, and they haven't been as good. I mean, Nikola Jokic, of course, will always be out there giving you triple doubles. I mean, it's going to be a close series for sure. But I'm going to take the upset here with the Clippers. I think the Clippers are going to be able to take it in 6 or 7. I'm going to give it to them in 7 because I think the Nuggets are still going to put up a huge fight. Of course, when the Nuggets have home court advantage in that series, their home court advantage is big because it's in Denver. The arena is a mile high in the air. Of course, the altitude actually does play a big thing in it. That's why the Nuggets in the past have had some of the best home records in the season. But the Clippers, now being at the Intuit Dome, they also have a really good home court advantage when they have home court because of the wall in that new arena. They throw everybody off. So I think the home court advantage maybe still leaning more towards the Nuggets, especially with the Nuggets having home court advantage the first 2 games. It's going to be really important. However, I do still have Clippers getting the upset and taking the series in 7. Plus, the Clippers are also on an 8-game win streak. Like I said, they're on a roll, and I think they can edge out the Nuggets in that one. Now we're moving to the 3-seeded Lakers, 6-seeded Timberwolves. The Timberwolves, they're an interesting team. Anthony Edwards is always going to put up crazy stats. He's always going to be really good, but trading Karl Anthony Towns away was not a good move for them at all. Karl Anthony Towns got so much better when he got to New York. Julius Randle's not good. Um, Dante DiVincenzo's finally getting his rhythm back after a really slow start to the season. He wasn't getting his shot falling. He just wasn't playing very good. Now he started to get his rhythm back. He's playing pretty good. But Los Angeles Lakers, man. Luka Doncic on the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't want to hype it up too much, but at the end of the day, you got Austin Reeves, you got LeBron James, you got Luka Doncic all on one team. And the Timberwolves don't have an answer for that. They don't have an answer for all that. Luka Doncic, of course, is going to be playing out of his mind. LeBron can give you 20, 30 points, couple rebounds, couple assists. I don't think LeBron is really gonna take the lead here and carry the team. I think he's going to be kind of more of the supporting cast. And that's crazy to see in the playoffs. I mean, there's a chance that LeBron James does really good and just carries the team, but frankly, I think LeBron is actually finally starting to get to that point where he's not the main guy. Like, if you need a clutch bucket, you can give it to him. He'll probably make it. But he's not the guy you want to give the ball every play of the game and just tell him to tear up the entire defense. He's not at that point. I think Luka could do that. I think Austin Reeves has been a great shooting guard for them with the addition of Luka. So of course Austin Reeves has kind of moved to the 2. He was kind of running the point before when LeBron wasn't running it, but now he's really a 2 guard, and he's really good handling the ball. He can get points. He can get you assists. He's been really good. Luka Doncic can give you a triple double. I got Lakers in 6. I mean, the Timberwolves could take a few games. That's why I put it at 6. But I mean, frankly, I think it's pretty safe to bet on the Lakers at least making it out of the first round. Now here we got the 2-seeded Rockets versus the 7-seeded Warriors, and the Rockets are super young, no playoff experience for those guys. They didn't even make the play-in last year. Uh, they've really, I mean, kudos to them. Their resurgence back into the playoffs. I mean, who's their coach? Ime Udoka. And so, like, props to them. They made it. They're the 2 seed. They won 50 games in the season. That's really good. But overall, I think the Warriors are gonna get the upset. And judging by the Rockets only being picked by 37% of fans, it seems like a lot of people think that. And simply, in my eyes, it's playoff experience. It's just experience in general because there's more veterans on the Warriors. Not only do they have playoff experience, but they just have more basketball experience. And I think it's going to come down to Steph Curry playing great. Jimmy Butler is going to be playing great. You know how playoff Jimmy is. When he was in Miami, he led an 8-seeded Miami team all the way to the NBA Finals. Jimmy's been in multiple finals, never won, but I think he's gonna really want to try to win this year. He's not going to, but he's gonna try. And I do think that the Warriors are gonna take this series. And frankly, I don't think it's gonna be close. I think the Warriors take it in 6. I mean, maybe 5. Honestly, I don't think the Rockets are going to be able to put up much of a fight this year. Maybe if they can bring it back next year, then they could maybe do something. But I mean, the Rockets are just still so young. It's the first time in the playoffs, and who knows how long. They did great in the regular season, but I think that's going to sum it up pretty much for this season. I think they're going to get eliminated in the first round by the Dubs. Going into the Eastern Conference, 1-seeded Cavs. Well, let's go through the play-in first here. 9-seeded Bulls, 10-seeded Miami. Games in Chicago. The Bulls, in their last 2 games against the Heat, have won. They may have even swept the season series. I don't know. I think Miami took a game earlier in the season. I know they played on my birthday. I can't remember who won that game, but I went to the game in Miami on March 8th. The Bulls did win that game after being down the whole game. They brought it back at the very end, and Kobe White won us the game. Well, Josh Giddey kind of won us the game, but I don't really like Josh Giddey, so we're going to say Kobe White won. But Kobe White's been doing great since the All-Star break. His points per game averages has gone up by like 5 or 6 points per game. Josh Giddey's averaging like a triple-double since the All-Star break. He's been really good. Nikola Vucevic has had his best three-point percentage this year on the Bulls, his best points per game in his time on the Bulls. He's adjusting to the new pace with the younger guys. He's feeling way better now with the younger guys on the team. And, of course, no Zach LaVine anymore, traded away. And the guys that we got in that trade, Trey Jones, unfortunately out for the season, but Zach Collins has been getting good minutes. When he gets minutes, he's been putting in some work off the bench. I'd like to see a little bit more usage out of him and Jalen Smith. They're both really good big men, and I hate to see all their minutes going away just to give them to Vucevic. I mean, Vucevic has been playing all right, but I do want to see more out of those two for sure. But Kobe White, Josh Giddey, Nikola Vucevic, they have all been playing good. And I think the Bulls could beat the Heat again. I mean, they just did like a week ago in Chicago, and this game is also in Chicago. I think Bulls take it. Heat are eliminated. And then I think Orlando beats Atlanta. I don't really have too much to say about that one. Paolo Banchero is really good. Trae Young can do a lot, and the Hawks have really good defense. But I am going to give it to Orlando. I think Orlando takes the 7 seed to go against the Celtics, and then I think Atlanta falls and plays the Bulls. Again, Bulls have been a great running team, probably the best in the league, frankly, since the All-Star break, with Kobe White and Josh Giddey playing so good. Atlanta, of course, they got the number 1 pick, Reese Shea. They got Dyson Daniels, and they have Trae Young. That game, really, honestly, it could go either way. I'll take the Bulls because, of course, I'm a Bulls fan, so I'm going to give it to the Bulls. But the Hawks could take the game just as easy as the Bulls can. And I got the Bulls taking the 8 seed to play the Cavaliers. But even if Atlanta beats Chicago, or even if Miami beats Chicago and then beats Atlanta, I think even if Orlando ends up finding a way to get the 8 seed, Cavs are sweeping. Cavs are beating any 4 of those teams. Maybe if it's Orlando can take a game, or Atlanta maybe could take a game. I don't see Chicago or Miami taking a game away from Cleveland. So I'm just going to take Cavs in 4. Bucks Pacers, that's an interesting one. Giannis has been very dominant this season, of course. I think he's 3rd in MVP voting or around that area. Dame might be back from his deep vein thrombosis in his shoulder. Or does he have it in his shoulder? Or is that no? That's Wembanyama that is in the shoulder. His is in his calf or something. But he might be back at some point in this series. Pacers are going to put up a fight. Of course, Pacers are actually the higher seed here, so they're going to have home court advantage. But honestly, I do have the Bucks taking the series in the, I guess you could say upset, but it's a 4-5 matchup, so it's kind of not really. And plus, it says here that the Bucks have been picked by 67% of the fans anyway. So, um, excuse me. I do have the Bucks winning in 7. Giannis is just going to be too good. Tyrese Halliburton isn't going to be able to do too much against that. Especially if Damian Lillard comes back, I do have them taking that series in 7. I don't have too much to say about that. Now, Knicks versus Pistons, 3 seed versus 6 seed. This one's kind of interesting because, of course, the Pistons, being the worst team in basketball last year, having 14 wins on the season, and now they find themselves as a 6 seed in the playoffs. That's impressive. I mean, round of applause. Detroit basketball back in the NBA playoffs, and it kind of sucks for them that they're facing the Knicks, but frankly, if I'm Detroit, I'm happier that I'm facing the Knicks than I would be if I was facing Cleveland or Boston. Um, I think Cade Cunningham is going to play really good. Frankly, Cade Cunningham is the best player in the series. I think he's better than Jalen Brunson. I think he's better than Karl Anthony Towns. However, the Knicks have a better team. Jalen Brunson, one of the most clutch players in the league. Karl Anthony Towns was already good when he was on the Timberwolves, and now he's found his stroke even more. I mean, the guy is really good. Of course, Mikal Bridges has hit a couple of game winners this year. He can play sometimes. Josh Hart can play. I do. Although the Pistons have done so much to get back into the playoffs, I do have the Knicks winning in, we'll say 6. I think the Pistons could take a couple of games, make it kind of an interesting series. Maybe the Knicks take the first 2 games home court advantage, and then fall the next 2 to the Pistons in Detroit. But I do overall, I have the Knicks winning the series in 6. And then we have Celtics versus Magic, or I guess Celtics versus Hawks if I got that prediction wrong. Either way, I got Celtics in 5 or less. I'll say 5 just because Orlando might be able to take a game if Paulo Banchero plays really good. But, I mean, at the end of the day, I have Boston winning that series. And, of course, it seems pretty obvious 99% of fans have them winning. I would be very, very beyond shocked if Orlando or Atlanta was able to beat the Celtics. Frankly, there's very few teams I think that would have even the smallest chance of beating the Celtics, especially in the playoffs. But I do have the Celtics winning in 5. I I don't have much to say about that. That one's not really close. Now we are up to the Western Conference semifinals. 1 seeded Thunder, 5th seed Clippers. This one is interesting. Like I said, the Clippers are on an 8-game win streak as of now. Obviously, if their series with Denver goes to 7, they won't be on an 8-game win streak anymore because they will have had to have lost 3 games of that series. But I think if they beat the Nuggets, they're still going to be having some great momentum. I'm sure James Harden and Kawhi Leonard are going to fill up the stat sheet during that series. So I think the Clippers, frankly, I mean, if they have enough momentum coming into the series, they could give the Thunder the biggest run for their money in the Western Conference. I think I think the Clippers are honestly the biggest threat to the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference. I don't think any other team would have a better chance of beating the Thunder in the Western Conference than the Clippers. I think this series is going to be really close. I think this series is really going to come down to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and how many free throws he gets, how many calls the refs give him is really going to be a big telltale sign of how this series goes down. But with the way James Harden and Kawhi have been playing, the way that the Thunder as a whole have been playing, the Thunder are really good at defense. They've been playing really good. Shout out my guy Derrick Jones Jr. on the Clippers. Big fan of him ever since he was on the Bulls. Even when he was on Miami, just big fan of him. He's so electric, so fun to watch. But I do have the Thunder in 7. The series is going to be really close down to the wire. I'm sure the games are going to be very close. We might even see an overtime game in this series. That wouldn't shock me. And frankly, if the Clippers do end up winning this series, I won't be as surprised as a lot of other people. I mean, it says the Clippers are picked by 10% of fans to win this series if this series were to happen. But frankly, I think this is a very close series. I think it really could go either way. I'll take Thunder in 7, but Clippers could win that series for sure. Lakers versus Warriors. This one, don't overthink it. The Warriors are great. Jimmy Butler is amazing in the playoffs. Steph Curry is amazing in the playoffs. But Luka Doncic is the X factor. I'm calling my shot now. Luka Doncic is the X factor in this series. Luka Doncic gets it done for the Lakers. Lakers in 6. Or really, you know what? Just for the memes, let's go Lakers in 5. Shout out Shannon Sharp. Um, Steph Curry, Oreo McFlurry, something scurry, Lakers in 5. I don't know. Not good at rhyming, and that's why I'm not a rapper. Anyway, into the Eastern Conference semifinals, we got 1-seeded Cavaliers, 5-seeded Bucks. Don't overthink it. This one's not close. This one's Cavs in 5. That one, I mean, Giannis is going to play good. They're going to take a game. Cavs get it done in 5. Knicks Celtics. This one, I'd like to think that this is going to be more competitive, but frankly, I mean, the Celtics have swept the season series against the Knicks. Um, I mean, the Knicks are good. Of course, Karl Anthony Towns been playing good. Jalen Brunson's good. Celtics definitely have a better overall team. I'd say the Celtics have a better defense. Um, Celtics have more size for sure too, with Kristaps Porzingis. And I got Celtics winning in 6. Frankly, I mean, I don't think it's going to be a super close call here. I got Celtics in 6. Knicks could do something maybe, but I mean, come on, it's the Boston Celtics are just the way to go here. I mean, Evan Mobley versus, or we haven't gotten to that yet. But Knicks Celtics is just it's the Celtics. And actually, we're gonna stay here with the Eastern Conference Finals, and we're gonna talk about Cavs versus Celtics. Like I was about to say earlier, I got a little bit ahead of myself. Evan Mobley versus Kristaps Porzingis is going to be super exciting. Of course, Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland are going to be giving it their all in their backcourt over there in Cleveland. But at the end of the day, you got to remember who gave the Cavaliers their first loss of the season after they went 15-0 in the beginning of the season. It was the Boston Celtics. And it's just it really does look like nobody is going to beat the Celtics. I mean, the Cavaliers, they won how many games? 65 games. And frankly, Boston's the better team. Boston has more defense. Boston definitely has a lot more offense. Boston has, I mean, an all-star starting 5 and a great backcourt off the bench. I mean, Derek White gives great defense, great playmaking. Jaylen Brown, of course, is a great offensive threat. Excuse me. Um, Jason Tatum, of course, is probably top 5 in MVP voting. He's been playing really good. He's a great young star. And then who else is starting with them? Al Horford probably at the 4. Al Horford's super old, but I mean he's still on the team for a reason. He's good. And Kristaps Porzingis obviously still, I'd say, probably top 5 centers in the league. And he can do so much. He's a big defensive threat. He could get a lot of blocks, and he's super versatile on offense. He could shoot the 3. He could drive to the rim. He could really do anything you need him to do. And that really just leads me to believe that the Celtics are going to take this series and beat the 1-seeded Cavs. And I think the Celtics do it. I think the Celtics do it in 6. I don't even think it goes to 7. And Western Conference Finals, Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Los Angeles Lakers. This one's something. This one could be pretty close. I mean, Shea Gilgeous, of course, could be the MVP this year. Him or Nikola Jokic, one of the two for sure. Um, Luka's been playing pretty good. Austin Reeves been playing pretty good. LeBron's been playing pretty good. But I think the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers got it. I don't think they got it. I think they wanted to have it. They thought that by getting Luka, they'd be able to be really good, maybe make it all the way this year. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, Luka's playing good, but this is playoffs. This is really, I mean, you need to be playing your very best. And I still don't think that Luka has that chemistry yet with the Lakers. I think he's gotten so much better. I watched Luka's first game on the Lakers, and it looked like Luka didn't know what the hell to do because he was, for the first time in years, he was sitting in the corner without the ball in his hand. I mean, he was so used to being the primary ball handler in Dallas, and he seemed very uncomfortable playing off ball. He wasn't really making very good plays or doing anything without the ball. Frankly, he was just kind of standing in the corner. I mean, he had like 14 points in his first game. He was coming off an injury too, so I understand that. But anyway, I say all of that to say that I don't think Luka Doncic and the Lakers have that team chemistry yet. I think the Thunder have probably the best chemistry in the league. Um, they have a lot of young stars. They're going to be able to push the pace, put up a lot of points each game, and they have good defenders in Alex Caruso and Lou Dort and J Dub. And frankly, I think that's what wins them the series. I think Thunder, and we'll say six. Could be five, could even be seven, depending on how much the Lakers can do. But frankly, I think the pace of the Thunder is going to be too much for the Los Angeles Lakers to deal with. I got Thunder in six, and that leaves Thunder Celtics 2025 NBA Finals. I'm sure a lot of people are picking this matchup. It just seems like the smartest matchup to pick, frankly. Um, and this is a toss up. This one is a toss up because the Boston Celtics, of course, the returning champions. They won last year. Um, it wasn't super close last year. They beat. Wait a minute, why am I blanking here? They beat the Nuggets, didn't they? Hold on. You know what? This is actually crazy that I cannot remember this. Oh no, they beat the Mavericks, duh, because Luka. They won that series in six, and the Mavericks really looked like they could have won that series. They were playing amazing, amazing, amazing. They had the hardest path to the finals, and they were beating some of the best teams in the league. They beat the Thunder, and then they fell to the Celtics, and they didn't play good against the Celtics at all. So frankly, I mean, it's very possible that the Thunder could be the same way. The Thunder could look really, really good in the playoffs, and then once they get to the finals and play Boston, they just aren't as good, and Boston could get it done fast. But there's another scenario where the Celtics gets shell shocked by the Thunder. Thunder takes home court advantage the first two games. The Thunder wins both of those games. Celtics really need to take those two games, game 3 and 4 at home. And if the Thunder take game three, the Celtics are going to be down 3-0, and there's a chance that the Thunder could end up pulling away with it. And that's also very likely. But at the end of the day, the playoff experience with Boston, of course, making it to the championship last year, Jaylen Brown with the Finals MVP. I think the Celtics are going to be a little bit too much for the Thunder. I think the refs are going to be a little bit better in the finals, paying a little bit more attention, maybe not giving Shea Gilgeous as many calls as they have been. This is a really close series, though. This could go either way. I got Celtics in seven. I mean, the Thunder are a great team, and frankly, the Celtics seem to be the only team that could beat the Thunder. I mean, the Clippers could do it too. I think if the Clippers do end up beating the Thunder in that Western Conference semifinal series, I think the Clippers end up making it to the finals. But either way, Celtics, if they play, it doesn't matter if the Celtics play the Thunder, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Warriors, whoever it is. I got Celtics in seven, and frankly, that's the way it's likely to go. Because Boston, somehow we let Boston get a super team, and I think they go back to back. Do they win next year? Who knows? But this year, I do have the Celtics edging the Thunder and winning that series. Your 2025 NBA champions, the Boston Celtics. Finals MVP goes to Jason Tatum this year. And tiebreaker, how many total points will be scored in the Game 1 NBA Finals? I got 175. I actually recorded this video once before and then scrapped it. But I got 175 points in the tiebreaker. game one of the NBA Finals. I got 175. The uh, I got the Thunder, or no, I got the Celtics beating the Thunder in game one, 89-86. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys agreed with some of my takes. And if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, if you think the playoffs is going to go any other way, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to respond to you guys and talk about what you guys think is going to happen. I think a lot of things could go down. Make sure you leave a like on this video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and turn the notification bell on so you get notified if I do decide to ever post a video again, which who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's for me to find out and you to also find out. So if you guys enjoyed this video, like I said, do all the things, and hope you enjoyed. And this has been a fun time. This was predicting the 2025 NBA playoffs, and Gabriel out.